everybody, it's Beth and Julia here. We work in the Group Networks team. We provide the tools and resources to help you as group volunteers run your groups. We work across the UK, and we also work with Stroke Association staff who support groups at a local level. Next slide, please. So it's Volunteers Week. Well, we believe every week is really a Volunteers Week, but this week has been particularly special as it's the annual celebration of millions of volunteers across the UK who make such a huge difference to their communities. So what a perfect time to stop for a moment and to celebrate you all. There are over 390 stroke support groups and over 1,000 volunteers in the Stroke Group Network. Wow. So today we want to celebrate you as group volunteers. You give your time, your skills, and your care to thousands of people affected by stroke up and down the UK, week in, week out. You literally do change lives, and we want to say a huge, huge thank you. Next slide, please. So today is about shining the light on what you do and the amazing support you give. The session will last for about an hour, finishing at 3, and then we're going to show some photos and stories. We'd love to show so many stories and photos of all the groups in the network, but that would take some time. So in a moment, Julia will share a handful of those stories, including some lovely videos. And then we'll split into breakout rooms so you can connect and chat together. So before I hand over to Julia, we have a lovely message from our Chief Executive, Juliette Bouverie.
Hello, my name is Juliette Bouverie and I'm Chief Executive of the Stroke Association. It's Volunteers Week this week, and I want to take the opportunity to say a massive thank you to our amazing Stroke Association volunteers and everyone else who gives their time or voice to the cause of stroke. Whether you help run a stroke support group, raise awareness of stroke in your local community, help raise vital funds, support a stroke survivor with communication difficulties, or are just there when a stroke survivor needs someone to talk to, your passion, commitment and time make an immense difference. We also know that being a volunteer can improve quality of life. We hear repeatedly from stroke survivors and their carers how volunteering has taught them new skills, improved their confidence, and helped them feel less alone through meeting other people who've been through similar experiences. Last month, the Stroke Association was just one of over 30,000 charities taking part in the Big Help Out. Over 6.5 million people took part, and a staggering 10.4 million people said they're more likely to volunteer because of events like the Big Help Out. It really shone a spotlight on the power of volunteering, how rewarding it can be, and its value in improving local communities. We just couldn't do what we do at the Stroke Association to rebuild lives after stroke without the support of amazing volunteers. So again, from me and all my colleagues at the Stroke Association, I just want to say a huge thank you this Volunteers Week.
So today we want to say a big thank you for all the hard work you put into running activities at your group. So activities such as Boccia, that's run by the Stroke Survivors Speech and Language Group in this photo, really help your members thrive, build their confidence and regain movement after stroke. The Blackwood Stroke Support Group, as you can see in this photo, has used one of our free table tennis sets from Table Tennis England and set up a table tennis table at their group. And Wendy from the group, who is a volunteer, told us that the free packs have really helped Mark, their group member in particular. You can see Mike helping Mark in this photo. She said that Mark is our own Superman who has progressed and integrated remarkably since joining our group. To see him joining in and doing this is remarkable. He's come on leaps and bounds and is a real morale booster for others now. And we know that volunteers are benefiting from these sessions too. One of our volunteers who is affected by stroke said that the chair-based exercises have helped her regain movement so she can get dressed independently now. These small movements can really make a big difference to people's lives, as I'm sure you know. I'm sure you all have similar stories at your groups, so do share any of them with us. We love to hear from you. And we wanted to say a big thank you for arranging group outings. We understand that outings take a lot of work and they aren't for every group, which is absolutely fine. For the groups who do arrange them, I'm sure you know they make a big difference to your members and they get so much out of them. Peggy from the Wokingham Stroke Support and Recovery Group sent us this lovely photo of her group on a barge. They did a fantastic job of arranging this trip with the Canal and River Trust, who are a great organisation. And I know that a lot of other groups have organised these types of trips too. And you can see that the members are having a really good time. They've got their cream teas, they're tucking in and really enjoying being with the group on a barge. So yeah, you guys do such a fab job for your members. We can't thank you enough. We also want to thank you for the work that you put into raising awareness for your groups. From appearing on our website to printing flyers and taking them around your local community and even appearing on radio shows. You guys do such a great job at reaching new stroke survivors and making sure they have a community of support. The Stroke Survivors Speech and Language Group, as you can see in this photo, were on Cat Radio recently to talk about their group and raise funds for a sponsored walk. They did such a great job at promoting the support the group offers, the friendliness, and telling people how their members have really developed since joining the group. They also spoke about their brewery trips, which I can see why that one is a popular one. You might get some new members coming along soon. So fundraising, not only do you run activities, come up with new ideas each meeting, arrange outings, and raise awareness of your groups, you also do fundraising to keep your groups running, and you do such a fab job. So from collections in supermarkets like this one here from Alex Don at the North Devon Life After Stroke group, to quiz nights and even selling crochet dolls of Charles and Camilla. If there's a way to bring in funds, I bet you guys will find it. And just wanted to mention that the Alex Don and her volunteers at the North Devon Life After Stroke group made over £500 in their supermarket collection, which is such a great effort. So I don't know how you did it, but that's brilliant work. And we also wanted to thank you for looking out for your members during group meetings. We want to do a particular shout out about Joyce, who's the lead volunteer at the Northwest Community Stroke Choir and the group's first aider. In a recent meeting, she noticed that one of the group's members became unwell and she suspected a stroke or a TIA. So she did the fast test and called the emergency services, who put the member on the stroke pathway. The member went to hospital and now they are back home and safe. So thank you so much, Joyce, for looking out for your members and really taking care of them in difficult situations. And thank you to all our volunteers who have supported their members through difficult situations. We know that they can sometimes happen at groups, and your time, support and care you give to your members is just invaluable. And of course, last but not least, thank you for giving your members so much support and having a good laugh at your meetings. Here, the Ashington Stroke Group is doing a fab job of supporting their members with tablets. And the Stroke Heart and Carers Support Group in Walsall had fun making their homemade crowns and decorating the hall for the coronation. I think it just looks great. And it looks like you guys had quite a laugh doing it, which is so good to see. And you don't only support your members, you also raise our spirits. Hearing about your activities and the progress your members are making at your groups are the best part of our roles. Many of you also send lovely emails with keep smiling and a big thank you at the bottom. And it really makes our day. So thank you so much for giving out to everybody. We do understand that running in groups can involve a lot of work and dedication. But as one of our volunteers, Wendy, recently said, to see people's faces, including mine, when the members achieve goals is really worth it. The improvement in their rehabilitation and well-being makes it all worthwhile. But the best people to tell you about the difference you make at your groups are your members. We recently did a survey at the Stroke Association and got some fantastic feedback, really, really positive feedback about the groups and the difference you make. One member said he enjoyed going to the groups to meet and talk to people who've had a similar experience. And he said the best thing is not having to explain all the time. I think that says a lot. And Heather, a stroke survivor who joined one of the Zoom meetings, says they've been a lifeline. She said there's so much value in connecting with strangers with a shared experience, and I've realised I'm not alone. She said every stroke comes with its challenges, but there is hope and you can get back to a new normal. Now we'll hear from some of the members at the Blackwood Stroke Support Group.
Seems to have encouraged me to speak more, which I didn't before, not even to relatives or friends.
But those sessions became a very important part of my week because you're learning from other survivors. Yeah. You know, you cannot put a price on that.
It took me a long time to go from why me to I'm a survivor. And I think groups like this help you do that.
And we wanted to end on a fantastic video from the Cuckfield Stroke Communication Group. You may have seen this in last year's conference, but we just love it so much that we wanted to show it again. So thank you so much from Beth and I for all the work that you do for our members at groups. And here is the video.
Privileged to introduce to you Out Loud, sung by Cuckfield Stroke Communication Group, written especially for them to share and celebrate all of their achievements, their individual stories, and how there is hope after stroke.
It's better. we sing as one. So hear